Hi guys, it's me, Carolyn Scott-Hamilton, the Healthy Voyager, and welcome to the Healthy Voyager's Global Kitchen. Today we are making a kale Caesar salad. Now some of you out there might hate kale. I love kale, and I think the haters are gonna love this. So in order to make today's kale Caesar, you're gonna need 4 to 6 cups of kale, pre-washed and drained, juice of 1 lemon, 3 to 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, 2 to 3 garlic cloves if you like it garlicky, 1 tablespoon of capers, some salt and pepper to taste, ½ cup of croutons, some nutritional yeast for sprinkling, and if you want to add some cherry tomatoes at the end, go ahead and do that. All right, let's get started. First, we're going to massage the kale. I know that sounds nasty, but it's not. I'm going to take this kale out of the bowl and we're going to do it little by little. You want to take your kale, and it doesn't matter which kind you use. You can use the dinosaur kale, you can use the Tuscan kale, you can even use the baby kale, which is nice because it looks like little spinach leaves. But you're going to just break it into bite-sized pieces. You don't have to chop it. It's nice and easy and crude, which is a good thing to have kids do in the kitchen if you want to give them a job in the kitchen. So break it into little bite-sized pieces, and then little by little, you don't want to do the whole mound at once. You're going to want to take pieces and kind of roll them in between your hands, okay? Because what you're going to do is you're going to take that bitterness and that really toughness of kale and get it out. A lot of people use olive oil to massage the kale, but if you want to keep it a little more on the low-fat side, you're going to want to do this. So it's super easy, just rolling it between your hands and between your fingers, and you're going to see immediately that the kale gets nice and soft and a little wilty, so like as though you put it in like a searing pan for a little while. So we're going to massage and get this kale nice and soft. All right, so we're going to set the kale aside to just hang out, and we're going to make the dressing. I love me some homemade dressing. We're going to start with the olive oil. And then we're going to get that yummy Dijon mustard in there. And that's going to give you that tang that you get from Caesar salad dressing. Anchovy free. All right, set that guy aside. Then we're going to put in this yummy garlic. So if you're not a big garlic freak, do 1 clove, see how you feel about it. Put in 2 cloves. I like using the minced garlic because that way you don't have to chop it, and it's ready to go. And when it's smaller, it dissolves, the flavor dissolves a little better in your dressing. And then we're going to put in just a sprinkle of salt and a sprinkle of pepper. Again, it's to taste. If you want to add more, be my guest. All right, do just a little bit of heat there. We're going to toss in the capers. I like tossing in the capers in the dressing because you're going to get the caper juice in there to also flavor it, kind of like the anchovy would. Put all those capers and all that yummy juice in there. And I'm going to put a little nooch in here, a little nutritional yeast, and that gives it a little bit of that cheesy flavor. And then we're just going to whip that baby up. I'm going to wipe off my hands. A little nasty. Alrighty. I like to use a fork because a whisk gets all the stuff in there, and then you can't really get in there and really whisk that dressing. So you're going to whisk it until it gets nice and creamy and that Dijon mustard incorporates totally. All right, last but not least, I put in the lemon at the end just to give some more tang and so that all the other ingredients have incorporated well. So you can use half a lemon. I like to use a whole lemon just because I like it tangy. This is quite a juicy lemon, which doesn't happen a lot these days. I always find some pretty lemons. It's a good one. All right, so just squeezing the rest of that lemon juice in there to add the tang and give it that oil and vinegar texture, although we're not using vinegar. It acts like that, the acidity factor. Then once we get the lemon out, toss that guy in the little compost bin, put it in my garden later, and then finish whisking. So then you get the consistency of a vinaigrette. So it's like a vinaigrette type Caesar dressing. All right, now we're ready to dress this guy. All right, so easy peasy. We're just gonna take this delicious, tangy Caesar dressing, pour it all over the salad. Make sure you get all that good stuff, get all the pieces of garlic, all the capers, You don't want to miss any of that flavor. All right. And then you can use your hands, but I'm just going to use tongs since I'm going to serve this to people later. I don't want to get nasty. And you get the kale nice and coated by all that dressing, which will also help to soften the kale. That lemon juice is going to cook it down a little bit. That acidity is going to break down that kale, wilt it a little bit. So that adds to the massaging we did earlier. And this bad boy is pretty much good to go. I kind of like to wait until I plate it to add the croutons and add the tomatoes, because that way you can just make it look pretty and all the soaking is done by the kale. All right, so we're good here. Nice, fully coated kale, ready to go. I'm gonna move my utensils and tools out of the way. I'm gonna get a nice heaping serving of some good old Kale Caesar. Kale Caesar. So funny. All right, then if you want, this is optional, not many Caesar salads have tomatoes, and we're gonna put some cherry tomatoes just for some color. It's always nice to have color on your plate. All right, so just finishing touches of croutons, and that is it. Easy peasy Lebanese. You've got your all kale Caesar salad. Delicious, all natural, plant-based, raw, good to go. All right, so if you like this recipe, be sure to like it and leave comments down below. Subscribe to our channel. And if you have any ideas or comments about things that you would like me to prepare for you or veganize, let us know. We want to hear from you. Thanks so much, and join us again on the Healthy Voyagers Global Kitchen. Bye.